Hey guys, in this tutorial, I am going to be walking you through how to use my Bulk Mockups tool. And this is great for anyone that is wanting to do mockups on a plain background, or if you're wanting to use them for like t-shirt mockups and things, then this is exactly what you want. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and grab some mockups. Let's drag them in. And I do have 2 or 3 saved as freebies for anyone that's using the design tool, and then my school community also has some in there. I had to remember where I saved it. Google Drive automatically goes to the PC. Let me go ahead and pull it up. So mockups. I'm gonna pull in some comfort colors. I'm gonna open those. Okay, and once they have done, it'll show you how many mockups are here. Now, if you want to, you can go ahead and save this, but I would wait. And I'll show you why, because then I want to drag and drop the PNGs, and I actually downloaded a pretty big file of them earlier. Where did I put them? Give me just a second. Well, I'll just load it in from Drive. So let me go back to my finished PNGs, and I am going to go to Valentine's Day because that's the one I had downloaded earlier. And I'm just going to drag and drop all of these in there. It's going to go ahead and start loading all of them in. And I will have to say that this loads in pretty quick. I'm only in 1 minute and 53 seconds of the video here, and it's already loaded in the mockups. It's loading in all the PNGs. So I am super excited about that. It does it in batches, and now all 26 designs are there. I have 3 mockups, so it would render 78 total. So what you want to do first, you don't have to do this for multiple, you just want to do this for one of each, is I'm going to go ahead and rotate this and drag. It goes in all directions, just to be mindful of that, guys. Drag it, and that's about where I would want it. And what I'm gonna do is you can center it, you can put it in different places like upper chest, full front, but honestly, I don't wanna do that because I have it where I need it. So let me redo that. About right there, and I don't want it to overlap the fingers any, because I don't want the bigger PNGs. So then I'm just gonna select it, and I'm gonna do that for all of the ones, just like if you were dragging and making like a placement smart object in Photoshop, or if you were making a master file in Canva, you kind of have to get your placements ready first. But once we've done that, we can actually go ahead. That's when I go ahead and save the file before I even render. And I'll show you why here in just a second. So, okay. So I'm going to go ahead and save project. And then this was comfort colors, download. And it's going to go ahead and pack the file and save it as a project file. And once that's done, I'm actually going to go up here and go preview batch. Now it's going to preview every single file that I have that I selected. So it was 26 designs. It has rendered 26 of every single color of the mockup. And that was a pretty quick render. Now, obviously be mindful of, like, if you have longer text like this, I would maybe do a mockup file for square designs. That's what I did in Photoshop. So I had one for square, and then if I had like a longer design, I used a different type of t-shirt to where it looked better. But anything that was blocky or like stacked looks perfect. And like I said, that's really just based on the design files that I loaded in. I wasn't picky with which ones I brought in. So that previewed everything there. So what we would do is you do have the option to go ahead. I know this is going to be really beneficial for anyone that has a DTF business, or if you are allowing someone who has DTF to use your mockups if you're selling your designs in that way, you can go ahead and put do not copy, so to put a generic, or you can choose a watermarked image. Then you have a few different image modes here if you do pull the image in to where it fits the screen. And then you can also up the opacity, you can up the size, and you can up the spacing. I'm actually going to bump it down a little bit. And then it also obviously lets you do your angles there. So let's say I wanted it angled towards the shirt, it would be like that. But I'm going to contrast it this way. You also have an option to add a logo watermark. I'm just going to pull mine in. I don't actually have like the logo circular portion that I would use for this. It populates it right here, then the bottom right. I want to put the opacity up. I want to bump the size. And then you can select bottom right, bottom left, top left, or center. But I tend to see most people do bottom right or bottom left. Then it gives you a few different options here. So you can do the source size, which was the size of my image, my mockup image, or it can give you a few different ones for the long edge. I'm just going to leave what it had. You can go ahead and name this. So this would actually name not your project file, but your zip folder. So I'm going to do Valentine's, zip bulk mockups, export. And once again, it takes about a second per file. So I know that I said in previous videos about that with the alpha sets and things, but it takes about a second per file to run these, which is so much faster than some of the ones I have used before. Definitely with Photoshop Actions, the actions can be very quick, but sometimes the export can be a little slow. So the fact that I'm getting 78 mockups that I can use to use on Etsy, to use on any kind of platform that you guys are selling, to do for social media, I'm just really excited that this is going to save so much time. So I'm hoping that everybody enjoys the tools. So it has zipped everything. It's going to go ahead and download it to my folder here. I'm going to go ahead to my downloads and extract that. Takes it just a couple of seconds. Okay, so that is done. Let me pop down here. Well, it's been putting them down at the bottom. I got bulk mockups. And now that was my Valentine's was my beginning for that, and then my zip actually file was the bulk mockups. So you guys can also label them if you have a very specific design style. So maybe this was a rustic Valentine sport or something. You could go ahead and do that, and then it'll do that, and then it'll put a dash, and it'll put every single one. I'm going to go ahead and go extra large and just pull up two different versions. I'm going to pull up this one right here because, like I said, this one is a long version, so it would not look good on this type of mock-up placement. But then I have this one, which isn't horrible, but it isn't really big enough for what I would use. But the ones that I had it set for, which was a really, really, really big square, look perfect. So one thing that I can show you really quick is, since it looked so well on the big ones, let me show you what it would look like if I made it more of an actual square versus a taller design. And I am going to preview the batch. So now it looks so much better on like my square designs that aren't more of a rectangle. I'm trying to find the chicken one right here. So you can look and kind of see. And I maybe would even go even bigger, but keep it a square and preview batch. See, and now it feels the shirt much better. So it's just trial and error. Basically, it's going to be you having a few different master files once the placements are ready, because you guys know your design sizes, right? So if you know one is going to be a 5-inch by 5-inch and you want it to be a pocket, Then you're gonna make your pocket and you're gonna put it over here for your pocket shirt, and then you're gonna preview your batch. Just a second. And then we're gonna preview it. So now you have your pocket shirts done. So then if you have a front and back, you would do a front, you would do a back. And right now, this one only allows for like single files, which is why I'm saying you would do a front and back master file. You would save that as a project, and then you could be like, okay, this is the front, this is the back of this color. And then once you load all of them in, then you're good to go. So I really hope that this helped. I'm really excited to use this myself. I haven't really had time because I've been so busy, building out all the tools and things, but I haven't been able to play with them yet. But I'm excited to start getting to use them and get some designs up on Etsy.